Today we platinum South Park Snow Day. South Park Snow Day was released on the 26th of March 2024 and is the third game in the South Park series, which is completely different to the first two games but follows on the story. The first two games were RPG games. This game is more of an adventure beat-em-up style game, and honestly the game got very low reviews. It got a 3.10, a 3 out of 10 sorry, on IGN. So let's play the game, let's platinum the game, let's see if it's as bad as the reviews say. I'll give my honest thoughts at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that, and let's play South Park Snow Day. So here we go, we start off in South Park Snow Day doing the tutorial, and it didn't take me long to get the first trophy, and surprisingly enough this is a trophy that not many people got, and I thought I could open this box here, so I was pressing everything on the D-pad, and I found the 2 button and let out a little 2, so that was the very first trophy. Later on in the tutorial, we got the Green Seas trophy for making at least 4 enemies vomit, and then a little bit later on, we got the trophy Fields of Flame for setting some enemies on fire. So a little bit later on in the same level, we actually got a trophy for using the healing totem. I think it was for healing 150 points and getting damage, I think. I'm not even too sure. And then towards the end of the first chapter, we got a trophy for taking down the maple tree before we hit the final boss of the chapter, which was Kyle. And unfortunately I didn't deal the damaging blow. One of my allies did, and they stuck him with an arrow, which would give us the trophy Weed Killer for taking down Kyle. After taking down Kyle, we moved on to the next chapter, and while upgrading some of Jimmy's cards, we managed to upgrade it to a legendary rarity. And when we did select the legendary card, we got the legendary trophy for acquiring a legendary upgrade. And then we moved on into the boss of chapter 2, which is Princess Kenny. And it was easier than Kyle, I would say, but it didn't take too long. And we take down Princess Kenny in chapter 2, which does give us the trophy, which should pop any second now. Bastardly behavior for taking down Princess Kenny. Moving on to chapter 3 now, we get our next trophy, Death from Above, while defeating 10 enemies with weapon strikes from the air. Midway through, we got Fully Worthy for being an honorary marsh walker. And then we get to the boss fight, which was Stan this time, and we take down Stan, which does give us our next chapter trophy, which was Dragon Killer, because he used a lot of fire, and a little bit of comedy in the cutscene at the end there. Moving on to the 4th chapter, we do take down our 12th trophy, which was for upgrading a certain amount of cards to rarity rare or above, so we managed to do that. Halfway through the chapter, we take down Eric's mother Leanne, which gave us the Cursed Bloodline trophy, and then we managed to get to Eric Cartman, and we took him down pretty easily with our flamethrower, and we do get the trophy for killing Eric at the end, which is inevitable betrayal, because Eric did betray us. So nothing much happened in chapter 5 up until the very end, where we got the Clean Underwear trophy for killing 50 troopers in one battle, and then we took down the boss of the whole game and got the trophy Everybody Needs Ambien by defeating Mr. Hanky. So now with Mr. Hanky defeated, we can move on to the miscellaneous trophies, and we had to go back through a lot of the chapters. The first one being Know Thy Enemy by defeating Cartman without any of his decoys being damaged. And while doing that, we also got the trophy for doing it with a rulebook applied, which you can see here as well. I had to go through another chapter and do one with all the packs applied, which was from Nicole. So I went and did the easier level, and we did get the hardcore trophy from that. The very next trophy was for defeating Stan's level in under 25 minutes, which is one of the harder levels to do, especially within 25 minutes. Each level took roughly about 35 to 40 minutes, so to do this one and get the Marsh Cooper trophy in 25 minutes was quite impressive. We then went on to get this trophy here, which we needed a certain card for, and we got it by doing an aerial attack after floating with moon jump. We then grave danced on an ally, getting us that trophy. We got this trophy for fighting on 3 assassins using the fire escape button. Trophy number 24 up next was quite an easy one to get. We just had to use the cheese power on a necro and getting to revive an ally. And the next one following that, also very easy. We just had to upgrade another card to ultra legendary. This one here was quite a pain in the ass, to be honest. We had to use our ability to go invisible and use a melee attack to defeat a human boss. And honestly, it was such a difficult task because your allies always got the final hit in, but we did manage to do it eventually. This one as well, defeating 10 vampire kids, we had to use the DLC to do that one because, again, it was just a bit of a pain in the ass to do. This one here wasn't too bad, killing 3 enemies with cannonballs. Not 3 enemies at once, just 3 enemies in general. This one here again was a little bit of a pain to do. We had to use our ability, the gravity balloon I think it is, while shooting an arrow inside it. So it's called I'll Do It Myself. We're coming up to the end now. We had to use the 2 button on a human boss, a faction leader, which again was very hard to do because the allies always revived you. And the final trophy is the Escher of Necromancy, which was using Cheesy Zombie on a Necro, which did give us the Platinum in the end. And we did take down the South Park Snow Day Platinum. So now that we have Platinum South Park Snow Day, I can give you my thoughts of the game. And honestly, I don't know where the low reviews of 3 out of 10 and 4 out of 10 come from because I really enjoyed the game. The Platinum, on the other hand, is a completely different story. It was a bit of a grind after the game to get all the miscellaneous trophies. The no tears now only dreams by defeating a human boss with a melee attack while invisible. Super frustrating to do while your allies were taking the final shot at the boss. Vampire Kids as well, defeating 10 of those. Thought it would be a lot easier, thought it would have had that done within the game, but I had to go to the DLC to do that. And also tooting on an enemy faction leader while dead. Again, your allies made that such a difficult task because they always revived you. So the Platinum Trophy, it didn't take too long. It took about 10 to 11 hours, but I wouldn't recommend it. The game itself, I would recommend. It's not a full price game. I believe I picked up for about £20. And it shows why. It's like a 6-hour game if you just want to have a bit of fun. If you enjoy the South Park humour, you will enjoy the game. If not, then maybe stay away from it. But I really enjoyed the game, and I look forward to seeing what South Park will be doing in the future. And honestly, I believe it will be good things. The game is completely different to the first 2, as I mentioned at the start of the video. But it just shows that South Park's not stuck to one genre, you know, like we could get a card game similar to this, we could get anything. So the world's the oyster, as the saying goes, and I look forward to seeing what comes next for South Park. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, click the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one.